So I talked about Byler briefly in a past video, but I wanted to go deeper into something that keeps coming up, mainly the ring and the interview with Finn Wolfhard that people quote all the time. Eleven wears a ring that Mike gave her sometime between seasons 3 and 4, and a lot of people believe she's still wearing it during what appears to be her last day of filming, most likely the final episode. Millie mentioned wearing a tight outfit, and although she never said wetsuit, fans assume it was, since it fits the scene. If that's correct, then she kept Mike's ring all the way through filming, and I understand why some see that as anti-Byler, but props don't always mean what people think. Stranger Things has had continuity errors before, and sentimental objects can represent emotional attachments that aren't romantic anymore. A ring can show love, or it can show that someone isn't ready to let go. Mike may have already moved forward, while Elle still needed that symbol. A prop isn't proof of an endgame direction. Then there's the interview. It was with Attitude magazine, and Finn was asked whether he pays attention to shipping. That's where he said the line everyone quotes. That's something in the show that I feel like if it did happen, it wouldn't feel that earned. Some fans believe he meant Mike and Will specifically, that he doesn't view their relationship as earned. I can see why it reads that way when the quote is isolated, but he could just as easily have been talking about shipping culture as a whole. Actors can't spoil plot lines or confirm romantic outcomes, and answering too directly about Byler would basically give away the story. So it feels more likely that he meant ships shouldn't just be added because fans want them. They need narrative buildup. That's not rejecting Byler. It's talking about storytelling. And then there's the older David Harbour comment about Mike loving Eleven.
But I don't think there's a turn in Mike. Mike's, proclivities is pretty clear. He seems to love Eleven and want to work better. So I'm sorry for all you, what do you call him? Byler? I don't know if your ship is going to sail.
That was over a year ago, and it was clearly just his personal view at the time. Not canon, not confirmation, not a spoiler. Story direction changes. Actors interpret characters too. Which brings me back to Robin's motivational speech to Will. Some use it to argue Mike is Will's Tammy, but the speech itself doesn't prove that. It wasn't a message that Will's feelings are invalid, or that he needed to move on from Mike. It was about identity and self-understanding, and that conversation doesn't decide any endgame pairing. Personally, I don't think Mike is Will's Tammy. I think Elle fits that more, a relationship Mike used to avoid facing who he really is. That's just my read, though, not confirmed in canon. So the ring doesn't confirm anything. The interviews don't disprove anything. Robin's speech doesn't settle anything either. Nothing is final, which means nothing is off the table.